and welcome back to another episode of Cinetober, where I'm talking about Wes Craven's original plot movie, Scream. Now, if you all have watched part 1, you know that I'm talking about where we find the motive for the reason why Billy is doing all this. And this is one of my main questions. If Billy is just wanting to kill Sidney, then what was the point of killing Drew Barrymore's character? Because Drew Barrymore, her character didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, I know that you have to establish the killer, but I honestly don't understand what was the point of Drew Barrymore's character getting killed off. Like, it just happens out of the blue. I mean, I know you have to start somewhere, but it just doesn't make any sense if his main motive is to get Sidney. I mean, I guess you could say, well, in order to get closer to Sidney and start taking things that Sidney loves, I mean, you could do that, but they just never explain why she was killed. They explain why they're doing this, but they never explain why they killed someone who had no relatable, you know, I'm just nitpicking. But so they decide, here's what they're going to do. They clone Sidney's dad's cell phone. And the reason why he didn't make it was because they kidnapped him. They kidnapped him, and so what they're going to do is put the voice box in his pocket and put the can't remember the voice box in the cell phone in his pocket. And so Billy and Stu have this idea: we're going to stab each other and make it look like we were left for dead, and then we're the conquering heroes, pretty much. And he goes to jail. So then Gale Weathers comes to save the day right before they stab her. She's got the gun, and she's like, she's like, "You all are dead." And they're talking about how they're going to end the movie because they've watched too many movies. And Sidney's like, "You guys have watched too many movies." He's like, "No, Sid, you never blame the movies. Movies don't make killers. Movies give killers more ideas." Which is kind of true, but no, movies don't make people crazy. So while he's while Gale Weathers has the gun, he kicks her and he's like, "You know what? It works better when the safety's on, when the safety's off." So then they turn around and they notice, oh crap, Sid is gone, and they get a phone call. And this is after they have brutally stabbed each other and they're limping, especially Stu. And she's using the voice box and she's like, "You want to play a game? It's called Guess You Just Called the Cops and reported your guys' butts." So then Billy's like, "Just talk to her. And Stu's like, "Did you really call the cops? My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me." And that's just so freaking funny. It was like, dude, you got more to worry about than your parents being mad at you. I mean, you freaking killed someone. So we get this whole entire thing, and also, but while all this is going on, Halloween is still playing in the background, and like I said in part 1 of my review, the music of Halloween makes this add up more perfectly. It makes things more perfect. The tone, like the music of, like, you know, like when Michael's stalking someone, and you get that da 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 da. You know, that music, it fits along really well when the killer is walking in the house. So Billy is walking in the house and he's looking for Sidney, and when he's getting ready to check the closet, and they did this I thought this was a pretty good notch to Halloween. He looks at the TV screen, and it's the scene where Laurie's in the closet and Michael's trying to get her. When he's getting ready to check the closet, but he doesn't, and then all of a sudden the door opens and Sidney stabs him twice in the chest with an umbrella. And so then, Gale Weathers comes back and no, not yet. Then we find out, why did Stu do it? He's like, I'll just say peer pressure. And then she kills him by making the TV fall on his head. Of course, though, they hinted that he could be dead, but then he makes a little noise. The TV falls on his head and shocks him. He's like, So then we get the last fight between Sidney and Billy. And Billy's looking like he's getting ready to stab her. All of a sudden, I think where he either got shot before or stabbed. No, I think it was because where he got stabbed. Where she stabbed him with the umbrella. Sidney takes her finger and plunges it in where she stabbed him and twists. Until then, she gets the gun, or like when she's getting ready to get stabbed. Dang it! Gale Weathers shoots Billy, and then when they're all right, they're like, Randy comes up and he's like, "Careful, this is when the killer always comes back for one last scare." And then Billy goes, "Hua!" Bang! Shoots him in the head, and Sidney's like, "Not in my movie." And then we get the last thing. The last thing in the movie is Gale Weathers talking about what's happened, what led up to it, and everything that in the movie ends. Now, there was something else in this movie. There was a guy named Cotton who was framed for the mom's rape and murder, and we do come to find out that, like I said earlier, Billy killed and raped Sidney's mom because of what she did. And there has been a lot of mystery leading up to her mom, like who her mom really was. And we do come to find out that the mom made some mistakes. The mom apparently was a prostitute. And when she, or something like that. And Sidney was talking to Tatum earlier, and she's like, "It's not just with Cotton. There's been rumors that there's other guys, Sid." And so Sid talks to Gale earlier in the film, and they're talking about Cotton, and she's like, "Has he changed the story at all?" "Nope. Same thing every time. He's honestly truly innocent. I believe he's truly innocent." And then Gale gets the idea, we've got to solve this. Imagine, if I save someone, it could really publish my book. Okay, Gale, wrong reason for wanting to get a man off death row. Wrong reason. But eventually you do come to find out that, of course, she has feelings. You know, just because she's a reporter, she's just doing her job. But they do make her out to be like, you know, one of those reporters who will do anything to get the truth and stuff like that. So when her and Dewey bond together, Dewey sees the good side in her, not the reporter side, but he sees the goodness in her. He sees, you know, deep down, she's really a sweet and caring person. And that's what they build up to. And so when she's talking about it, it's a different tone of change, I think. You know, it's not like the same, "Oh, well, you know, I'm going to do this just so I can get my book promoted." I think that by the end of the film, she does have a change of character because her and Sidney kind of do have this little quick bond. Because when they're talking about the ending, and Sidney's like, "How about this? The reporter who crashed stumbles in, catches you two morons, grabs the gun, kills both the killers, saves the day." And Sidney's like, "Yeah, I like that ending." Oh, and before I go, one of my favorite things in this movie was when Stu is dying and he's holding on to the phone, and Sidney's mocking Billy. Billy hits Stu with the phone. He's like, "You hit me with the phone, you douche." Great. This movie was definitely something new because we had gotten a lot of slasher films over the years, and so Wes Craven came up with this idea, and he made horror movies different. He made them interesting again. He gave us a new formula. But guys, this has been another episode of Cinetober. Please put in the comments below. Can someone please explain to me why Drew Barrymore's character was killed? Please, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know, please. But guys, this has been another episode, like I said, of Cinetober. Stay tuned for when I will be doing the sequel of Scream. You know what it's called? Scream 2. Bye, guys.